Morning everybody, welcome to today's session. I hope you're all well. Let's get started. So we'll start with a stretch through the head and the neck. So you can stay standing if you prefer or kneeling. We're just going to tip the head over to one side. So thinking ear to shoulder, bring the hand across and then reach that arm long and away from you. So you want to feel a nice stretch down the neck here. Nice deep breaths. We're swapping sides, tipping the head over, hand comes across, reaching the arm away. We're swapping sides, tip the head over, bring the arm across, reaching away. Last time, tipping over, bring the hand across, reaching that arm away. Good, relaxing there. From there we're going to go onto our backs. So I want you to lay down with the knees bent, feet on the floor, looking up towards the ceiling. We want to be in a curved position, so you have that slight gap underneath your lower back and your arms are resting down beside you. We're just going to take nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through a pursed lip. Breathing in and out. As you're taking nice deep breaths, I want you to think about the position of your hips. So keeping the hips nice and level, imagine that you have a torch on each hip bone and they're shining up parallel to one another onto the ceiling. Keeping the upper body nice and relaxed. So the shoulders are away from the ears. The chest is nice and open. Keep the weight even through those feet. So big toe, little toe and heel. And just start to gently tighten in the tummy. From here, we're going to tuck the pelvis under, so you're flattening your lower back into the mat. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release out to neutral. Tucking under to flatten. We're holding. Releasing out to neutral. So you want to find a nice flattened position in the back as you're tucking under. So we're using the pelvis and the tummy muscles to move, try and avoid squeezing your bottom. On this next one, we're going to hold that flat back position. Tucking under to hold. So here you should have that nice flat back position which we're holding. We're going to stay here as we start to tighten the pelvic floor. So as you breathe out, you're tightening all the way in with the pelvic floor. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. And release. Tightened. And release. So you're thinking of the sensation of stopping a wee mid-flow. So as you're tightening, you should feel as though your tummy muscles are working harder. And that your back is slightly flatter into the floor. We're going to half this contraction. So 50% tightening in the pelvic floor as you exhale. Inhale to release. So we're still keeping this relaxed position through the upper body. Shoulders away from the ears, chest is nice and open. If you're feeling tense through the upper body, just turn those palms up to the ceiling. We're pulling the tummy all the way down towards the spine and keeping that weight even through the feet. So big toe, little toe and heel. We're halving one last time. So 20 to 25% tightening. This should feel like a very gentle lifting. Something that you could sustain throughout any exercise if you needed to. It's just working in the background. So as you're tightening, it should feel as though your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor are helping to keep that back nice and flat into the ground. From here, we're going to lift our legs up into tabletop. So you want your knees above your hips and your shins parallel to the ceiling. We're then going to glue those legs together. As you breathe out, you're tipping both legs over to the side, releasing one hip from the floor. Inhale to the centre. We're swapping sides, tipping over, releasing that hip. Back to the centre, tipping over. And centre, tipping over. And centre. So although this hip is releasing from the floor, you're keeping both shoulders in contact with your mat. Nice deep breaths. Making sure the tummy is controlling the legs over to the side. Back into the centre, we get our flat back. And again onto the other side. We've got two more on each side. We're tipping over. And centre. Tipping over. and centre. Last one on each side, tipping over. And centre. Tipping over. And centre. Hug those knees into the chest. And then we're going on to our hands and knees. I'll just move this. So as you come onto your hands and your knees, you want your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Your tummy is nice and tightened here already. As you breathe out, you're tucking the pelvis under, so we start to curve the back. Arching the spine. We're dropping the head. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release back out through the spine. Piece by piece. To lift the head. Tucking under to curve. Arching the spine. Dropping the head, we hold. Releasing out through each section of the back. Piece by piece. And the head lifts. So we want to get lots of movement through the spine. You're working into each section piece by piece. So just think of any areas that are stiff or sore. We're going to slow them down. Take your time to work into each vertebrae one by one. So as you're curving your back and you're pulling the tummy all the way in, then as you're releasing out to your start position, the shoulders are coming away from your ears. Nearly two more here. We're tucking under to curve. Arching the back. Dropping the head. We hold. And we're releasing out through the spine. Lifting the head. One last time, tucking under to curve. Arching the back. Dropping the head, we hold. Releasing out through the spine. Lifting that head. So from here, we're going to push ourselves back into a shell stretch. So bottom to the feet. Reach those arms out in front. And from there we're going on to our sides. Grab a drink if you need one. So as you lay on your side, you're going to take your knees bent, glued together. Arms are going to rest in front of you, palm to palm, and your head is resting down to the floor. So just working on opening up through the chest and the upper body. The top arm is going to lift so that your fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you as you start to rotate away from your body to the opposite wall. We take a nice deep breath in to stay. Exhale to lift back up and over. Coming down palm to palm. We're lifting that top arm up. Take the head with you. We're twisting away. Holding here to stretch. Before coming back up and over to come down palm to palm. So the legs are staying glued together, so that as you twist, you're getting that movement in your waist. Make sure you're taking nice deep breaths. Arm is stretching nice and long, so from the fingertips all the way into your armpit. Really opening up in the chest as you're reaching away. We want to look at that hand for as long as we can, keeping a good range of movement through the neck. Got 2 more on this side. We're lifting that top arm up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here as we stretch. Before coming up and over. Back down, palm to palm. One last time, we're lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you. Twisting away, we hold. Before lifting up and over to come down palm to palm. From here we're going to change sides. So just either rolling over or changing the end of your mat. So again, as you lay on your side, take those knees bent. Rest the head down. The arms are nice and long. Palm to palm. The top arm is going to lift up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here to get that nice long stretch. Before we lift back up and over to come down palm to palm. The top arm lifts. Take the head with you, twisting away. We hold. You're lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. So remember to get the arm nice and long. You're reaching from the fingertips all the way into your armpit. So we can get this really open position through the chest. Those legs are glued together. Making sure the twist is through your waist. Taking nice deep breaths. We're looking at that hand for as long as we can. Getting a good range of movement on both sides of the neck. Got 2 more here. Lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twisting away, we hold. Before coming back up and over to come down palm to palm. Last one here, lifting up. Taking the head with you, twisting away, we hold. Coming back up and over. Come down palm to palm. From here, roll onto your back and take a full body stretch. We're going to be staying on our backs. You can grab yourself a drink if you need one. Sorry, my hay fever is really bad today. As you're laying on your back, you're going to take your knees bent, feet on the floor. And we want to be in neutral, so you've got that slight curve underneath your lower spine. With your arms resting down beside you. From here, take a deep breath in to nod the head, chin to chest. Exhale to lift the shoulders from the floor, reach your arms nice and long. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting up, we hold. Control back down. So you're using your tummy muscles to lift you. Pull your belly button all the way down. Your chin to chest position to help to keep that neck nice and relaxed. So thinking big nod of the head, then tighten that tummy to lift you. Using the pelvic floor, excuse me, using the pelvic floor to make sure that's gently tightened. Your arms are reaching long to get those shoulders away from the ears. Breathe. We're going to take 2 more here, then change the arms. Chin to chest, lifting up. We hold. Control back down. Last one, chin to chest, lifting up. We hold. Control back down. From here, you're still going to go chin to chest and lift. You're going to reach one arm across to the opposite knee. Your other arm just stays long and beside. Come back to the centre. Relax back down, swapping sides, chin to chest. We lift. Reaching across. Back to the centre and down. You can support the head here if you need to. Just supporting as you take that nod of the head, and one arm will then come away. Holding. Control back down before you swap sides. Still keeping those shoulders away from the ears. Tummy and pelvic floor should still be working. Nice deep breaths. 2 more on each side, chin to chest. Lifting up, you're reaching over. Back to the centre. And down, chin to chest, lifting up. We reach. Back to the centre and down. 1 more time on each side, nod the head and lift, reaching over. Back to the centre and down. Last time, nod, lift. We're reaching back to the centre and down. From there, you're hugging those knees into your chest. Grab yourself a drink. We're going to be either on our fronts or on our knees, whichever you prefer. So if you're on your front, you're going to be laying with your legs nice and long and your hands mat width apart in line with your ears. And you're going to be going into chest lifts. If you're on your knees, then we're going to be doing lean backs. So you're going to bring your knees so they're underneath your hips. Kneeling up nice and tall through the body with the chest lifted, arms are resting down beside you. If you suffer from cramp, then just tuck those toes underneath you to help lengthen out near the calves. If not, they're just resting down. Take a slight nod of your head just so that you're not flinging your head back as we lean. Tummy's nice and tightened the whole time. As you breathe in, tightening in your tummy, you're going to start to lean back. Exhale, squeeze your bottom and lift yourself up. So breathe in to lean back. Exhale, squeeze to lift. Inhale back. Squeeze to lift. So you want to make sure that the shoulders don't start to creep up towards the ears. The tummy is tightening the whole time. To keep you nice and strong, really squeeze the bottom to drive up. Let's take 2 more here, then we'll change the arms. Leaning back, squeeze to lift. Last one, leaning back, squeeze to lift. From here, we're going to change our arms. So you take the hands one on top of the other and place one to your forehead. If this position is really uncomfortable and you feel really tight, take the hands to behind the head so that you can open up for your elbows a little bit more. So which one you use is completely up to you. The movement's the same. Remember that slight nod of the head. Inhale to lean back. Exhale, squeeze to lift. Leaning back and lift. Leaning back, breathe in. Exhale, lift. The tummy should still be really tightened the whole time. Shoulders are down. If you're on your front, then again you're going to have the hands on the forehead. Leaning back. Squeeze to lift. Let's take 2 more here. Leaning back. And lift, last one. Leaning back. Squeeze to lift. From here, you're pushing yourself back into a shell stretch. Bottom to the feet. Reaching those arms out. And then we're going to do the 100. Grab a drink if you need one. Then you're going to be laying on your back. So as you lay on your back, you're laying flat. But just bring those knees bent, feet on the floor, while I'm talking you through what we're doing. So we need to be in a flat back position. So you want to have your pelvis tucked under, so your lower spine is into the floor. From here, you're going to be lifting your legs up and lengthening them. It doesn't matter if those legs need to be slightly bent. If I use my arms to demonstrate. So if you can't get your arms really straight like this, start to add a little bit of bend in until you're feeling comfortable in that position that you can sustain. If you can get your legs in that nice long position, and that's really easy for you to maintain, start to take your legs diagonally away from your body towards the floor, but we want to keep that flat back. From here, if your neck is sore, you're staying looking up towards the ceiling with the head down. If not, you're going to nod the head and lift the shoulders with your arms long, and your palms are going to face the ceiling. So you're going to be pushing up for your 100 repetitions. 5 as you breathe in, 5 as you breathe out. So the arms will look like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And think about pushing up against resistance like water. From here, take the hands behind the head. And we're going to go into 2 sets of 8 sitting up towards the legs. Those legs stay long. So we're coming up for 8, 7 and so on. Little sit-ups here. Once we finish 2 sets of 8 there, we continue with our sit-ups, but we're going to be reaching the arms across towards the opposite feet. Your knees can still stay bent. Nice deep breaths as you're reaching across. Let me relax, hug those knees in and take a full body stretch. Okay, so find a strong flat back position, nice and tucked under, lose that gap. When you're ready, lift your legs and start to lengthen them. From here, if you're lifting your upper body, nod the head, lift the shoulders, take the arms long, turn the palms up. and we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pelvic floor, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staying here, hands behind the head. We've got sit-ups for 8, 7, 6, breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more, 8, 7, 6, 5. Tummies in, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're reaching across for 8, 7, 6, 5. Breathe, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set, 8, 7, 6. Tummies in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax there, hug those knees in. And bring yourself into a nice long full body stretch. From here we're coming up to sitting. So we're going to be going into our pigeon stretch. Okay, so we've done this all this week so far. So again, I'll talk you through the position and then we'll go all together. So the full pigeon stretch position is with one leg tucked in front of you and one leg long and behind. It doesn't matter if you can't get into this position, because what you can do as an alternative is to step one foot up beside your hand that's supporting you and reach the other leg long and away with either the knee on or off of the floor. Okay, so you've got those two options there. So find your pigeon stretch position. Once you're in that stretch, you can either sit yourself so that you're high on long arms, or if you're comfortable, drop yourself down onto your forearms. Again, it doesn't matter which of these you're using in either of those positions. You can always start in this tall position and then as you relax, drop yourself down. So we're just going to hold this stretch and we're taking nice deep breaths in and out. So we're just going to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. So hopefully as you're taking these nice deep breaths in and out, you're just going to feel your body let you relax into that stretch more. So you should feel it up into the side of this thigh into your bottom, and the underneath leg you should feel it, or you should be achieving a lengthened position through those hip flexors. Don't worry if you're feeling it in different places. It will all depend on where you are tight. Relaxing there, untangle yourself from that position. We're going to swap sides. So again, you can either take one foot in front of you, tucked under with the leg long and behind, or you've got that foot beside the hand with the leg long and behind, either knee down or knee up. So again, you can either be high in this position with your chest lifted or drop yourself down, whichever one you would prefer. I actually on this side get a better stretch if I'm high, so make sure you do try both just to see. Nice deep breaths in and out. And if if you do feel like you've eased into that stretch, you can try and drop yourself down. Just keep those nice deep breaths going. Relaxing there and untangle yourself. From here, you're going to bring one foot in as if you're going to cross your legs, and then lean into that hip that you're sitting on and place your hand down. Cross the other leg as far over as you can. Don't worry if it's a slightly open position. You've got this hand supporting you behind. You're going to take your arm over and push your elbow or your hand into that knee as you twist your upper body towards the hand that's supporting you. Nice deep breaths. You're going to keep the legs the same, but you're going to swap the way you're twisting. So you're going to take the arm that's not supporting you behind, hold onto your knee and just twist away from that leg, or towards that leg, sorry, towards the leg that's bent. So you're pulling on this front knee, twisting towards the back shoulder. Swap legs. So this leg that's been bent and lifted is now going to come into that half tucked in position. Lean into that hip and place your hand behind. This leg comes across. You're going to twist towards that back hand and push into the knee with the elbow or the hand that's at the front. Keeping those legs the same this time, you're leaning into this hand, grabbing a hold of that leg, and you're twisting towards the other shoulder. Relaxing there, bring your legs into your frog position. Feet are together, knees are wide. I'm just going to bounce those knees up and down a little bit. Just getting into the hip sockets. And just relaxing on that bounce, holding onto the feet, leaning down towards them. You can use the elbows to push into the legs if you want to increase the stretch. Good. From here, we're going to be working on our arms. So if you need to grab your small weights or your baked bean tins, then you can grab them now. If not, then not to worry. We're going to do this either standing or kneeling. It's completely up to you which you would prefer. Grab a drink if you want one. So we're going to go through our usual arm routine. So that's circles forwards, circles back, pushes up, pushes down, pushes forwards, pushes back for 8 on each. Then we rest very momentarily and go again. Then we're going to be lifting up, down, across 8 counts, rest, up, down, up, down. From there, we're going to go into our reaches that we did on Monday. Reaches for 2 sets of 8 on each, rest, and then if we've got enough time, we'll do that one more time. Okay? So either kneeling up tall or standing, whichever you prefer, completely up to you. Make sure you're comfortable. Let me just untangle my clothes. So remember, arms stay long and lifted the whole time. Okay, here we go, arms are long. We're circling forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pushing up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest them down. Here we go again, lifting up. Circle for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax those arms down. So we're going to go into lifting up across 8, down for 8. Again, I'll talk you through. Keep those weights if you're using them. Here we go. Lifting up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lifting up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest here just for a couple of seconds so you can scratch your face like me. Here we go. Lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So we're going to go into our reaches up and to the side. So you can keep your weights here if you want to. You haven't got to use them. So we're going to do 2 sets of 8 reaching up, 2 sets of 8 reaching to the side, rest, and then we'll, no, that's what we're going to do. Then we'll rest. Hopefully we'll have enough time, yeah, we should do, to then go again. So your arms are long and up and your palms are facing each other. And what you're going to be doing is you're keeping the arms long, you're not bending the arms, although they will relax slightly, but you're leaning into one side, which will lift one arm and lower the other. Okay, so it might relax and bend a little bit, but the action isn't through the arms, it's through your waist. For the sideways ones, again, you're reaching and you're thinking about that movement through your waist. So your hips don't really move very much, if at all. We'll go all together and hopefully you'll be fine. Lift those arms up nice and long, nice and high, look up towards the ceiling. We're reaching for 8, 7, 6, breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8 more, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, to the side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8 more, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those arms down. So doing that whole thing one more time, 2 sets of 8 up, 2 sets of 8 to the side. Here we go, lifting up. Reach for 8, 7, 6, 5, breathe, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8 more, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, to the side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, last set, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Just bring one arm across, pull the arm in towards you. Just make sure you're not on the elbow joint, either in front or behind. Same arm is going to lift up and drop back, holding onto that elbow with the other arm. Other side, bring the arm across, curling in. And lifting up and over, holding there. Okay, then we're going to be on our hands and knees. So from here, you're going to take the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Tuck those toes under. As you breathe out, you're going to pull the tummy all the way in, pressing into those hands and feet to lift the knees off, just an inch or so from the floor. Inhale down. Exhale to lift. Inhale down. If your wrists or your arms are really sore, drop down to your forearms, but just remember here that you need to keep those arms parallel to one another so you can't let them cross in or open out. Same thing, lifting up, inhale down, lifting up and down. So thinking tummy is lifting you. Your hands and your feet are just there for support. We're going to try and keep that head in line, so avoiding dropping the head down or lifting the head all the way up. If you're on long arms, just look past those fingertips. If you're on your forearms, you're looking straight down towards that mat. Got 4 more here. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Last 2, lifting up and down, lifting up and down. Relaxing there, take a nice stretch back, roll through those wrists. And just creep those fingertips forwards, get a really nice stretch through your back and your arms. Good. From here, grab a drink if you need one, and we're going to be going into our planks. So as we've done this week, our planks are going to be standing up. Hopefully I'm still in the shot, yeah, just about. So you need to be at the end of your mat. So we're going to combine a roll down with a walk out into our plank. If you've not done class with me before and you haven't joined in this week, then I'm going to demonstrate the roll down half of the walk out, but I'll be on my knees for the plank. So start off standing nice and tall. You want the rest of the mat in front of you. From here, you want to have your feet nice and close together. Mine will be nice and far apart. So from here, we're going to roll down through the spine. Think about working into each section of your back piece by piece. And then you're going to reach those arms down towards the mat. Don't worry if you can't touch the floor. From there, you're going to bend your knees until you can get your hands on your mat. And you're going to start to walk your hands out in front of you. You're walking your hands out as far as you can go. If that's just a downward dog position, that's where you're holding. If you can, you're going to walk your hands all the way out so that you're in a nice strong plank. Hold your position, take a breath in and out. And start to walk those hands back in towards the feet. Bend those knees if you need to. And start to roll up through the spine to standing. Then when you're ready, we're going again, chin to chest. Rolling down. Remember, you can bend those knees if you need to, touching the floor. Start to walk the hands forwards as far as you can go. Trying to get into that plank position where you're squeezing your bottom, pulling your tummy in. Starting to push back, walking those hands in. Again, rolling up through the spine to standing. So really take your time here. This movement is just as much about the roll down and roll up as it is about the plank and the walking forwards. There's lots of elements to think about and get good technique for. So lots of movement through the back, that's really important. Breathing throughout. We've spoken loads about this recently, getting that nice strong breath control. Take your time to stack up each section of your spine. Moving through. Remember to lift that head slightly in your plank so you're not dropping the neck. Let's do 2 more of these and we can take another stretch out. So we're rolling down through the spine. Piece by piece we start to reach towards the floor. Bend until you can touch the mat. And walking forwards, just edging into that plank. Piece by piece, there's no rush. Once you're there, take your breath in and out. Start to walk the hands back in, push your bottom towards the feet. You can keep that bend in the knees if you need to. Rolling up through the spine to lift up. Let's go one more time. Rolling down. Bending those knees, start to reach for the floor. Walking those hands forwards, take your time, there's no rush. Coming out into that plank, holding here, pushing back, walking those hands in, rolling up, restack each section of your spine. Piece by piece to stand up nice and tall. Good, we can do a standing stretch thing as we're standing. I'm having to get back on the floor again. So take one foot in front, the other leg is behind. You're going to keep the back leg nice and straight and bend that front leg. You might have a little bit more movement than me, but every single muscle in my body hates me at the moment. Should feel this down the back of that calf. If you want to put your hands in, press into the thigh but not onto your knee. You can always hold on to something if you need to for balance. Control that breathing. From here, keep your legs in the same position, so one in front of the other. Step your back leg slightly further in. Bend your back leg and keep your back leg front. Blah, 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 blah. Bend your back leg, and keep your front leg straight. Loads of people get a bit confused, and this one I'll face you. I don't think that actually makes it clearer. So my back leg is bent, my front leg is straight. Try and keep that foot on the floor. Then when you're ready, push toes up to the ceiling. So then we're swapping legs. The leg we've got in front is going to go behind. Front leg is bent. Back leg is straight. You should feel this through the back of the leg. Back of the back leg. Hold on to something if you need to. Straighten the front leg. Step that back leg slightly closer. Front leg is straight, back leg is bent. Sinking down, pressing into the thigh, but not on the knee. And when you're ready, push those toes up. Relaxing there. Good, standing nice and tall. We're going to take a circle back of these shoulders. And forwards, circling forwards. Take your arms out to the side. Lifting up. Stretching over. Bring back into the centre. Lifting up. Stretching over. One more time on each side, lifting up. And over. Lifting up. And over. And relaxing there, that's the end of today's class. Thank you for joining me for today's session. I think it's been raining whilst I've been teaching, so we haven't got a very nice day today, but I think it's supposed to get nicer throughout the rest of the week, so hopefully we can get outside a little bit more. As always, any questions on any stretches or anything that we've done today, either drop below or drop me a message if you'd prefer. I hope you all have a lovely day, and I will see you all very soon. Bye!